Hi, you guys, my baby is napping, so I'm gonna film this video, make it really short but sweet, as short as I can make it. If you don't know who I am, my name is Macy Van Patten. My initials are MVP. I write that on everything, and most people figure out that they are my initials later on. They just think that I do think I'm the most valuable player, which is funny. I'm gonna film this video without my hair being done and in my gym clothes because that's the most authentic for me. And it would be a lie to think I had to look perfect for this message to get through. So for those of you who don't know, I have a baby, I have a husband, and I coach CrossFit one day a week. And I am a health and wellness person. I love helping people become their best selves. So I keep looking down because I'm looking at my baby monitor, so I'm not trying to be evasive, but I'm gonna film this video because for those of you who don't know, I think it's really important to know my history to understand why I talk a lot about health and fitness and wellness and mental health. So I'm gonna make this as short as I can. I am a very sensitive person. I'm an empath. I didn't know that until I was probably 25, but it makes sense why I struggled with an eating disorder for so long. And that eating disorder, I thought was going to take my life at one point. I did not think I would ever recover from it. I thought I would be trapped by it forever. And I truly thought it would kill me. And if you've been there, you know that I'm not saying that to be dramatic. It can feel like you are in the pits of hell if you have ever had an eating disorder or bad body image. This message is for you. So I write this, I say this, I've written it out. CrossFit saved my life, and along with Jesus Christ, but CrossFit saved my life, and he used CrossFit as a vessel for me. And that's why I'm really intentional about making sure that I stay inside of a CrossFit community. But anyways, so around the age of 12, I started to have really disordered patterns of eating. I would write down my food, and then if I ate a brownie like a normal 12-year-old, I'd feel really guilty. And that's kind of where it started. It escalated pretty badly to where I was struggling with binging and purging. I would eat 3 boxes of cereal in one sitting, not joking, and I would purge it. And in high school, I would do these things called apple fasts, which I had no clue what I was doing because I didn't have mentorship in this area. But I would eat apples for like 3 days. So if I ate something, so if I went on a bender and I ate bad for 3 days, and that meant like I made myself sick eating so much because I told myself, I'm not eating this again for a long time, so get it all in. I know a lot of you are gonna relate to that. And so then if I ate bad for 3 days, I would eat apples for 3 days, only apples and water. I had no idea that I was basically eating carbs and sugar. That's all I was eating. So it was very counterproductive to what I was trying to do. But I was trying to get back to feeling flat. Okay, so this is another disordered pattern of behavior of mine that I had. When I would go on benders and eat an entire pizza by myself, plus a bowl of cereal, plus entire sleeve of Oreos, I was telling my brain, you can't have this again, so get it in. And then I would hate myself. The moment I was done with my binge, I would go to sleep and I would purposely try to wake up the next day around noon because I wanted to make that day go by faster, and I didn't want to have to avoid food for an entire day. I wanted to break up some of that day by sleeping most of it. This happened to me, and this was my way of doing things for a very long time. I competed in 2 bodybuilding shows, one of which was an NPC show called Best of the West Classic in not Vegas, Nevada. And I got down to 123 pounds because I was taking clenbuterol, which, if you know what that is, it's a performance enhancement drug. It's what people take when they have asthma, so it speeds up your metabolism. So I would wake up and be 126 pounds one morning, and then the next morning I'd be 123. It makes you lose weight that fast. It's really bad for you. It made me feel like I was gonna have a stroke. But because I was in this headspace, I didn't care. I was desperate. I would have done anything to make myself try to feel whole. And it's just so sad. I got up on stage at 123 pounds from 160 something. And I looked 38 years old at 22. I looked very emaciated. I looked kind of sickly, and you're half naked too. So there's that. This is to no judgment for somebody who competes. I think that if you have the body image confidence that you can do it, congrats. I didn't, and I should never have done it. So anyways, I got up on stage and I remember thinking, what am I doing? What am I doing? I am so a prisoner. This is not me. I am really modest. I could have a six-pack and the best body in the world, and I'd probably be really modest. And the only people I'd probably see it most are my husband. Okay, so that's just me. I've always been modest like that. I'm not a girl that likes to flash. Just not me. I'm a jock. True and true, I'm just a jock. And I like to be sweaty and be in workout clothes. So anyways, I competed in that show. Afterwards, I was struggling so much with self-hatred because I had gotten so skinny, and I knew I had to gain weight because 123 pounds wasn't manageable for a 5'8" frame. By the way, I'm a healthy 160. I can get down to 150, but I'm healthy and happy at like 160. So, I can't even believe those words come out my mouth, because there was a point in my life where I thought I'd rather be dead than be 160 pounds. And that is not exaggerating. So anyways, I competed in that show. My relationship with food got worse and worse and worse and worse. I was 22 at that time. I got married at 23. I'm sorry, I was like 20. I got married at 23 years old, and I was still binging. I remember my husband would leave for military stuff, and I would binge and purge and binge and purge. And then when he would come home, I would try to make sure I was super skinny because we equate love to body. And that is, I know a lot of women struggle with that language, but where I healed, okay, mind you, this is a long time, and I thought I would never be free from it. I constantly thought people were looking at my body. That's all they saw about me, was my body. If I ate bad one night, I would wake up the next day and think people thought I looked swollen. That's how like mentally sick I was at that point. And so I was in a Anytime Fitness gym working out, and I remember I had done CrossFit earlier in my life, and so I always knew that to be more my style because it's not boring. And I really struggle with like normal gym atmosphere because I'm ADHD. I like change, I like ruckus, I like yelling, I like, you know what I mean? So I didn't like the gym, and so I remember having a meltdown. And I was a newlywed, and I called my husband over and I said, Caleb, I cannot work out at this gym anymore. We have got to go do CrossFit at Empire Mind. Like, I can't do this. I'm embarrassed to go to Empire Mind because I feel like I should look fitter than I am. I feel fat. And I had to work through that mindset for months going into CrossFit. Like, I would wear sweatshirts in the summer. Yeah, you know, if you've been there, it's just sweating balls and you are in a sweatshirt because you're afraid to take off your shirt. So I felt like, you should look fitter. You work out all the time. What is your problem? Why do you look so fat? That's what I thought about myself. And so I went to CrossFit, and it took me months and months and months of learning to love my body and acceptance. And there are no mirrors in a CrossFit gym, most CrossFit gyms. And so it really helped heal this part of me when I would show up and nobody cared if I was 180 pounds or 110. Like, it just mattered how hard I tried in my workout. And so slowly but surely my mindset started to shift. My love for my body started to shift. It took me 2 years of doing CrossFit full time to see my body trust me and start to change. And so when I say CrossFit saved my life, I genuinely believe that the Lord used CrossFit as a vessel to help heal my heart from an eating disorder. And so I speak about health and wellness and fitness a lot. And I think if you didn't know my testimony, you would maybe think that I'm just that healthy girl that always has had it together, that has always eaten healthy. And I think it will help you to know that my eating disorder almost took my life. It made me very suicidal. It made me very depressed. I had really poor relationships with people because I thought people perceived me the way I did. And so I hated myself. I really did. And so Now you know. I think it's probably good that you know. I want to be as authentic as I can, because anything other than that makes me cringe. And so I want you to know the full me. If you have a place in your life and I end up being in it, I hope that you know that I come from experience when I talk about this kind of stuff. I know the depths and the deep nature of body image dysmorphia. I know how it feels to hate yourself. I know how it feels to put yourself in positions because you just feel like if you could just be that pretty skinny girl, maybe people would like you. And I just want you to know that there's a way out. Yeah, there's a way out, and you don't have to suffer like that anymore. And if you do suffer like that, please reach out to me, because I will hold your hand as you walk through it. CrossFit for me now is a non-negotiable. I worked out 2 days before I gave birth to my son. I move my body every single day. My husband and I love the community. They are people that do CrossFit. We all suffer together. And sometimes coming to the gym is so hard because you have all this stuff outside. You're juggling all these plates of spaghetti, and coming to the gym might be hard because you've had a really bad day or you're going through something, and you walk in and you and your friends can meet on this common ground and you can work together and suffer together. And there's something about that. My husband always said that the military was beautiful for shared suffering. It creates really strong bonds. And so I just wanted to put this out there for some reason. I just feel like people that don't know me, I hope you know me a little bit better now. I am really hyper aware of people's mental health and wellness and fitness and all that stuff, because I know how bad it sucks to hurt really bad and to feel like you're never going to get better, and to feel like I never thought that there would be a day in my life that I would be free, that I'd wake up and I wouldn't have any food things, or that I wouldn't hate myself or overthink every meal. There is freedom in Christ, and there is freedom in finding somebody that can walk with you through it. So my message to you is that you can work through this. If you just learned something about me, I hope you know that I share because I want people to avoid what I have gone through. And if you are in it, I want you to have a friend to walk with you through it, because being alone is what the devil wants. He wants you to stay alone, and he wants you to feel like nobody gets it. And I want you to know I get it from the bottom of my heart. So this message, I just want it to drive home that you can do really hard things and you can overcome body dysmorphia, any mental illness thing that you're going through. Like, you can overcome it. You just need to find friends that hold your hand and walk with you through it. So I love you. Welcome to my heart. This is who I am. I can't believe I'm filming this video without making sure that I'm absolutely perfect, because again, I still struggle with certain things. But this is me, and this is my heart, and I hope you got to learn something new. And yeah, I hope you have a great day, and I'm gonna sign this one off. So thanks, guys.